Paper explored and analyzed understandings of poverty in Yoruba. Pardon my pronunciation.
What will I say? I don't stress.
Okay. We're there already.
First section of Lagos Nawa, please, if you're presenting, can you indicate, please?
Lagos now, money now.
Only section, you have so that you have the root of EME and can take special Lagos. Yeah, one here. I'm at another university. Okay, good. Now by Chica. South last year. So that university, yeah. See? And we have China married Sopona and Yawa. Like Bola. So please, you know you're here. This is it. Antonio belongs to you. If you visited there, so you can start.
Lagos now, money now.
What is life?
Sir?
What is life?
Yeah, sure. They have a slide.
What life?
Slides.
You have a slide?
I'm going to say that you do.
Yes, sorry. Thank you.
Okay, our session is titled Lagos Nawa Israel, collecting the also ethnographies of Lagos, specular memories, tales and conjectures as intangible heritage. This is the first section. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to our section. We already have some of our participants seated at the podium, as you can see. So we'll be starting now. So please, who can vote here? Can we start with you, please? I think you Okay, I am the chair for this session. My name is Dr. Lupibo Dushino. And session is organized by three panelists. First person is Professor, what's the name called? Ademowo. The second person is my humble self. Then we have the third panelist who I'm sure will be joining us soon, and he's by name Dr. Emmanuel Adeniyi. So please, we're starting now. Please, Mr. Get ready for us. Almost. Okay. You want us to go to the next person? Are you ready? Is ready? Okay. We're starting. Thank you. Each have 10 minutes for a presentation.
Okay.
So, okay. Yes, it can start. Good morning, everyone. My name is Funke Awodia. I'm from the Department of Sociology at Babalola University at Wake. And I'll be presenting paper Eko Akete Ideo of Crafting Cultural Identity in Urban Myths and Migrant Realities of Lagos, the rise of prosperity. As my background, I want to talk about the term.
Yeah. What do you say?
Quantitative.
What? Okay. Okay. All right, please.
So we have background to the study. When you hear the term Eko-Akete Ile-Owo, it literally means Lagos Akete, the home of money, and it's more than just an idiom. It's a kind of phrase that encapsulates the city's alluring reputation as Nigeria's home of economic namesake and music, traditional media, movie is also projecting Lagos from that perspective of a place of boundless opportunity that everybody believes that the idea of Lagos is an automatic ladder to prosperity has become something like a narrative that almost everybody talks about within Lagos and outside Lagos. So study is interested in looking at these narratives of new migrants into Lagos, how they see these realities and the mirage, because we all know that it's not everybody that comes to Lagos that eventually becomes really rich, like the movies, Instagram posts, show the beauty of Lagos. So when we look at there are limited opportunities that talking about the local imaginary, that the national narrative of development of modernity, and what exactly happened to a new migrant when they get to Lagos. That's the cultural evolution. What's happening? What changes? Because it's a fusion of whatever they have, where they are coming from, and a new culture emerges from that. And we're looking at the significant gap that persists in centering on the voice of recent migrants themselves. Like, how exactly do these migrants who are just coming into Lagos, how do they see themselves within the Lagos context? And when they see themselves as a new person in Lagos, are they really looking at their life from the perspective of, if I did not make it, what exactly will be my coping mechanism? So these are the kind of things the study was looking into. And the methodology is a combination of qualitative and a combination of use of interviews and questionnaire based on the survey that is looking at migrants to Lagos and how they internalize the contents of popular myths of the Kwakete. Yes, I'm going to a Kwakete, promised land for prosperity. And the study sought to uncover the everyday lived experiences of these new migrants and cultural adaptation and how they negotiate identity. So, identity negotiation and looking at their perspectives, their narrative, their perception rather, and their narrative and the symbolic engagement with urban life. So, the findings of the semi-structured interviews and 50 structured questionnaire conducted among recent migrants in Adekunle, Agege, and Waya. So these findings are arranged based on the five themes, which are migration, critical, hybrid identity, performance of prosperity, cultural narrative, and adaptive resilience. I'll talk first about the needs and the needs as migration trigger. For example, a 19-year-old petty trader, who is from Ondo State, let's believe that I just heard that if I can bring Lagos there, the airport is sure. That's the kind of mindset some people have when they are coming to Lagos. And Lagos is the land of opportunity that whatever you do in Lagos, you are going to become better than where you're coming from. And also, talking about the hybridity and identity were a particular respondent believed that now this time around, this person is switching between like speaking Yoruba and Pidgin, mixing everything together to express themselves. You think they speak mother tongue, but you got the swag and make say you in Lagosian now. That says you must have the Lagos swag. And when you have the Lagos swag, it means that some things have changed about you now that you are in Lagos. Either it's how you talk or your grooming. So notably, 74% of entrepreneurial results reported that they had an adjustment to the way they dress, the way they speak, and the way they behave in order to fit into the Lagos life. And this process is not just a transformation, it's beyond transformation, it's looking at popular identity. And that behavior is a kind of adaptation to, as let's say, survival tactic, and this also influences the social language. They want to be accepted as the Lagos person. They don't want people to see them like bush people or wherever. They don't want to reflect everything they have where they are coming from. So they are trying to adjust to the Lagos life by trying to have like what they believe is expected to be the behavior of someone who is living in Lagos. So, and also, findings also show that despite the kind of disenchantment that most migrants are not fast victims of a broken brain, yes, rather they try to like when the Lagos dream did not come true, when things did not happen the way they expected, they still have hope and they still try to, to look at their life from the perspective of the father. It's not everything that is lost. A respondent, a 24-year-old food vendor said, we turn every setback beside us, no door. If one door no open, we build another one. So in essence, there's no broken dream in Lagos. So moreover, it's 4% of respondents to the questionnaire indicated that they were more actively involved in at least one support group or the other, reflecting a collective ethic resilience in the face of problems. When we're talking about the kind of support group, sometimes there are kind of support groups that you don't even look at that they are support group per se. For example, where they work, they make new friends, where they come, churches, those that are religious. People also have a connection with home-based organization like Igbo community in Lagos, Hausa community in Lagos. Those kind of groups are like support group for these new migrants. So in conclusion, Lagos, the raw place of money, operate like a dual register of Britain and Mirage. You know, the voices brought from recent migrants in this study from Adegule, Agege, and Waya illuminates how Lagos Bridge is not simply inherited, it is actively negotiated, refactioned, and sometimes rejected. Some people like Blessing, who migrated in search of jackpots, quickly learned that opportunity in Lagos is not distributed. Like it's not like an instant thing that you grab out there. And also, Lagos is truly it can truly be a very inclusive metropolis if there is rethinking of prosperity, not just a fixed state, but a contested narrative. So, finally, I want to say that Lagos is not just a land of dreams. Sometimes those dreams don't come true. According to this research, they become another dream. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Ms. Funke, for a great insight onto how new immigrants to Lagos struggle between the facade they came to Lagos with and the reality on ground. Well, please, dear participants amongst us, just jot down or note down any questions you'll be having for her while we take the other presentation. So please, I think the next person is Mr. Lawal Olayiwola, please, and we'll be listening to you in 10 minutes. So please, sir, can you proceed?
I am Laiwola.
Okay,
How will I see you stones of David?
No.
Physical perspective on Chinese level, terms of numbers. We do understand that so the flight of small umbrellas, then they go to the talking to the parents. And this is because you see people from different parts of the country migrating to Lagos. You don't have to benefit from the largesse because you know the south of the slightly an example for what this person has said in the hopefully they got to also plan. And the how to happen. The
Heritage.
and sometimes they are not facing the migrants from other parts of the state.
There are so many things.
Picking up on the landmass, Lagos is one of the smallest states in Nigeria, and yet we think to complement people in the world. Why? Because people believe Lagos will promise and prepare it to the council opportunities. But along the line, why people try talking and of course, all of them will also the cost of the city to navigate their dreams. We can see that not everybody can actually conform with the living conditions there in Lagos. Take for instance, the base of accommodation. So, average Nigerians can afford an average accommodation cost. And for that to live, they have to go to a settlement that they can afford easily. And this is where the creation of small areas comes into because when you see people who are below average in financial capacity can't procure a decent accommodation for themselves, they found for themselves. And staying in the slum, of course, promotes a lot of ideas. Because we stick with the slums, the struggle for survival. There are ways of livelihood, so logic of parents, that one having Nigeria. Now, using the movie Gang of Lagos as a story, this paper encapsulated the culture and personal survival of kids and youth in the slum areas. Now, Sam, why did I make use of him as a media? Because him it brings out the bridges between reality and of course imagination. Because we feel people tend to assimilate ideas and concepts faster. In particular, my geology is to believe that whatever an individual sees, he assimilates that 70% compared to what he gets. So on this annotation, I decided to make it like Edward Osai, 2020 aside. It said, film manipulate cells are controlled by tragedies. Other than their great empathy, films have the power to change fundamental perspective to creating period of time, conversion of them. What's the joy and what's the right? And I just accept to say that that was Sidero, as critical exemplified, the lives of strong brothers here in Lagos, in Amundi. Now let's look at an insight in the movie Gangs of Lagos. This movie is situated in the slum area of Saneko, here in Lagos State. And of course, we see notable characters in the movie, the likes of General Owo, of Alola, Ipi, and Demi, of Rubamide, Kashape, amongst others. Now, what they have of Lagos, the fact of living in the slum areas of Lagos, and of course, they are often faced to challenge because to try to survival figures them into things that come up to the issue of picking pockets and cultism happens more in the slum areas of Lagos than in the more urbanized parts. Now we can linking this to the movie, we can see the beginning scenes where two boys of another that's going back and Ify seems to kill a woman and a daughter if she sees it to surrender her. But this happened in the very first scene of the movie. And the woman who initially thought they were joking had to succumb to their threats when he saw that the Balona was at the back of a young daughter.
Okay, she Lagos studies.
Now also, kind of this was also case cultism that happened in some areas. Now we can see the gang distinction of that of Alola and that of Cash of Fresh, which was headed by Echo. The former head of the Wolf and Alola's gang headed by Kazim. So this also exemplifies the slum activity, the cultural activity happening in the slum areas of Lagos. And also, with the political inclination of the slums, during elections, we see cases of politicians violating the slum areas, promising them heaven and earth, and of course, pledging up the premises to provide better life, provide better amenities and whatever to them, if only they are voted into power. But along the line, these persons will vote only for them to find out how they can see that vote. So this also elucidates the fact that politicians leverage on the predicaments of these law persons. And of course, just marginalize them in order for their own selfish desires. And also, we can see the case of death and sabotage of praise, another central idea as movie portrayed. And this is the case where Obalona Poster Father, invested on woman who took full responsibility of the boy after the death of his father, where he was murdered. This shows one of the dangers of cultism in slum areas. And also, we see the death of Ify, who was killed by a rival called gang during a terrorist understanding. Now, to sum it up, I want to say that movies, just like literature, help us to mirror the societal predicament. Because definitely we must have all land of slums, even not just in Lagos State, in different parts of the states in Nigeria. But with that students who began of Lagos, we are able to get a critical insight into the happenings of slums in Lagos. I wish to rest it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdul Kudus. Wow. For that engaging and rich discussion on the slums of Lagos. I think that you have done justice so far to your discourse. I will be proceeding to the next presenter. The question of sorry. Yes. So thank you so much. So we'll be listening to you now. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Ibi tó jókòó sí yẹn náà ni. Ta ló ní program?
Lagos flower is signatures of Lagos family heritage. What I'm looking at, so what I'm looking at is actually the language, how words are used, how Lagosians communicate from their daily activity. And we know that language is power. Communication is also power. In every aspect of life, we need effective communication to carry out our daily things in the market, in job, and the rest. And this paper investigates the business and scientific features shaping Lagos. That's a full everything, emphasizing how language or encapsulates the city's social, cultural, and historical identity, employing corpus linguistics. So, and in our data sources reveal the intricate way the Gaussian speak language to navigate their urban environment, employing humor, satire, and creativity to foster interaction and social commentary. We see that Lagos communication is it cannot be compared with other areas in Nigeria because we have various people coming from all over the country, coming from all over the state, with different languages. And mainly we have the Pidgin English, the Yoruba, and the English language as a kind of code switching. People use the three languages mainly. So in areas like Ojo local government, where you have the Alaga International, and also the trade here, where it's really dominated by peoples. We have some peoples, we have some people that are included in daily communication, especially in market. There's no how maybe in Lagos that you're not able to know something like echo, that the words they use in trade, in Igbo, and also in Hausa. The Ojo local government area of Lagos State also, you have the Hausas, like in the Alabara, they dominate that area. There is no how, even if you cannot speak any other food in Hausa, you'll be able to know, okay, now go to some little words that we use in daily buying and selling. And we say that Lagos, also called the Full Vice President, is not just a mega city. It is a vibrant cultural experience embedded in rhythm, language, and attitude. It's free, speak, laugh, negotiate, lament, and celebrating expressions that reflect both survival and identity. So in this bustling urban space, and we see that we have language and intangible heritage in Lagos. Lagos linguistic environment is deeply pluralistic. So not only one language is spoken in language there in Lagos, the city trained on a multilingual blend where Yoruba, English, and Nigerian pidgin for a good and intermingle in daily conversation in transit, market, workplace, and the rest. Lagosians engage in code switching as a social communicative practice. The speaker might say, "Although this practice carry wahala, I swear, I will live." And you see that Lagosians effortlessly, they switch from one language to the other, especially the Yoruba, Pidgin, and English, effortlessly because of the rich cultural language that they already used to. And you see that they move to, you see, Omo, Yoruba exclamation, Omo, and then Pidgin grammar and English vocabulary. These linguistic short stresses are not random. They are intentional identity markers. You see them as they are intentional. the identity markers of Lagosians, the signal group belonging, emotional tone, socioeconomic status, and street smartness. For instance, a newcomer who speaks only standard English may be perceived as naive, while a fluent Pidgin and Yoruba mixer is instantly recognized as streetwide and locally integrated. So you see that you can always, when someone, even if you go for on the road at times, when someone speaks about this was just school, because there's a way we live our life, mixing our languages. And when you move to the Badagry artists of Lagos, they have a group there, which are, you can say that they are language. You also have people that come from Togo, Ghana, and there's a kind of constitution of that area. And those who live in that country, they tend to live in so because you can use the Badagry language, you may not be able to know their money. So, and that's why we say that Lagos is a very rich state in language. So we say that the present study draws on a small but rich corpus and transcripts from street recordings, casual interviews with Lagosian and popular digital comedy that we see online, like Nedru, Funke Akindele, Mr. Macaroni. And you see that all these kit makers too, they are able to blend all these languages together to give us what to present Lagos as things. I see that these kids are not merely entertainment. No, they are authentic reflections of everyday Lagos speech patterns, attitude, and society commentary. And using corpus linguistic tools, frequent lexical items were observed. Papa, meaning poverty. Papa before Oju. What is Papa? It's just a Lagos slang that means poverty. Those. They say, hey, those, they have for that place. So, this is those. That is something. When someone is fighting. And you see that there's a unique, the language of the Lagos reveals the real life of Lagos channel. Lagos is a place of struggling. We struggle, we hustle, people jumping from one door to the other. And it also reflects in the language. But it's already happened for their house. So, and in the course of our study, we realize that people don't have time to make long sentences because they are in a hurry. Don't say what you want, talk what you want, or make you promote. So that's how what we are able to see. And we see that stylistic analysis, humor, satire, and survivor. Yes, we have language of survivor in Lagos State. And we see that a defining stylistic feature of Lagos language is the wit and humor. In a city often plagued by traffic, ill, and bureaucratic delays, humor becomes a coping mechanism. Yes, when we talk about Lagos, they also have humor. We also talk about humor in Lagos State because that's what keeps us going. Sometimes the stress of the day and all the goes that goes all over the state. You see people shouting, laughing in the ball, trying to cope. And our key finding that linguistic economy traces compress entire experience into few words like it don't happen. Oh God, I beg. Stylistic boldness. Lagos speech is loud, layered with sarcasm and fascinating. The cultural code, words like area, agro, or wahala, carry social, spatial meaning. Then digital intangibility, social media platforms help preserve and reinvent this heritage in our day-to-day activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Very interesting talk. Advocate, like, I'm actually intrigued by your topic because it's one question that I have been accosted with and I've also interacted with people about this line of discourse. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, For now, these are our presenters. We have any more?
No.
Okay. I don't know if you have any comment, reaction to the discussion. I think we should take questions for Ms. Funke Awodia. No questions? No, last question. Okay, one down, please. Last questions, only please.
Okay, can I go? Yes, my name is Sister Ken from Lagos State.
2 minutes.
Okay, so in all this, I think you need to also address the question of the identity of Lagos. Identity of Lagos. That's number one. Yes. No, all of them, because they're talking about Lagos. That's number one. Number two, presenter in the center. You talked about Lagos and the slum areas. And I think you should also do more research. You'll find out that there are people in the slum areas that are not, they are not there because they are poor. You understand? Yoruba has a saying that says, "Alright, you'll be surprised at how much business goes on in that slum area and how much money those people make. Sometimes they choose to remain there because of that. So those are the two critical things I would like you to look at. The insurance, good question, and that particular question. For all of you, the identity question. So how does this reflect in the identity of the Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. More questions? Yes, please. Don't worry. Can you introduce yourself and probably your affiliation?
Thank you, everyone. My name is Dr. Shinon Soibwa from Abe Babalola University. So my question is to the first president, Ms. Funke. Very good presentation. But in your sampling, we are talking about migration in people. I would like to know why Ajegunle, Agege, and Iwaya was really so low. What was the reason behind history? Now, my second question is to the second presenter. Some of Lagos. Avoid the gang of Lagos. Avoid the. And from when you presented, just like she mentioned, the only thought that is domiciled in slums in Lagos. Now, if that is the case, because we are trying to be susceptible and mention court when we are presenting, the movie depicts friendship. There was friendship between Toby, Chike, and Adesua. And it wasn't mentioned that this can be found. Now, if that is the case, do we say slum is part of tangible or intangible culture of Lagos? So that's my question, because I don't think you did justice to that.
Thank you. Thank you. Please, for the participants, please just note the questions to respond. Let's just take all the questions like the first time for you to respond. Let's make a little bit of gender balance. Technical opinion, let's take one. Okay, thank you.
All right. I'm Joanna. Praise out of Local University. And then, my friend, thank you for that beautiful presentation on the slums of Lagos. But I would like to say that usually there is a great relationship between slums and areas that are defined to the other. But sometimes in African urbanism, we tend to look at the fact that the slum is a place where the people who are not innovative, who are not productive, who God has forsaken are. But I need you to re-image the slum as not just the place where people who are poor are, that is not having money, are poor. I need you to look at it as how this slum contributes to the development of the so-called urban area. Because if you begin to re-image cities, you realize that the places that are so-called slums are the ones that provide cheap labor. They provide the plumbers, they provide the the things that there's loans a lot of times. It is the infrastructure that sustains the places because it is. So if the slum cease to exist, who is going to be the security man? Who is going to be the governor? Who is going to be the chief accommodation? Yeah, chief accommodation. So if the slum cease to exist, who is going to just be the family that will go to farm? What we talk about care infrastructure, we shouldn't fight from as poverty. We also some form of infrastructure in the other areas. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm promoting the person to a panelist. So you should be able to speak. Yeah. Person can speak now. Kende Tomilayo, can you please speak? Or mute and speak. Yeah. Please go ahead and speak.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Kende Oluwatomilayo Awe. I'm from University of Ibadan, a master's student. And I'll be presenting this paper alongside with Professor Nasir Taufik. The topic of my paper is Lagos Nawa, I swear, struggle continue. As it is known that Lagos is a commercial nerve center, that it's a city that never sleeps. It is known with its heavy traffic and crowded markets, restless commuters, and all. It is also known that Lagos is a place of drama for survival. So this paper will be speaking to this survivor of Lagos. So my paper shall has its methodology in qualitative narrative and based research that includes participant observation and ethnographic experience and interview. Basically, this paper is my experience. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
can you please hold on?
Yes, I'm
Give
here.
us a minute. We'll come back to you and you can present your paper later. Is that okay?
Okay. All right, no problem.
Yeah, just give us like 10 minutes. We'll be back to you.
Okay.
Thank you. You can mute now.
All right.
ọmọ ìsàlẹ̀ kó gangan yìí. At the Lagos so I want if you go through this journey because it's an interesting conversation. It's not more people on this panel so that I can give you more perspective. It's a very fantastic talk, something that we need to keep talking about. But when we do analysis, I think people were all exercising on the slope. It comes
Oh, um, my understanding of it is society classes. And there are those who are low, middle class, high class. I'm coming from that. One form of conversation, everybody is easy, you know. And I mean, that's people in language. And I'm saying this because of the fluent tutoring. And if we want to the family, I form the second generation of body. I do not relate to the something they are going to make. You know, I really tend to hear all the other. So, I want to be able to see where the way we create the high of realistic about having of people today. Like the team of everyone. You seem to have an approach of looking at living and if everybody we have all of the kinds of people we shared talking about good home in Lagos. It is not all we have in our dashboard, when I do we want to incorporate policy and safety with them in the chain. Maybe because how do we draw the line when we get our data, then make it appear that illegal that we are talking about are thinking it's like legal. All of legal cannot be do that in the definition and calculation. All of legal cannot be your goal line, big line, I think. I don't think that how the goal line, I mean, legal and you walk in all people who are out there to the language definition to define how they live. Yes, very big. Thank you for your presentations. I appreciate you all. I just got to say something. Well, I just want to podcast on this, as I have said, concerning this issue of Lagos. I think the issue I ask for your presentations is what is the implication of your findings to the city of Lagos? In terms of average, in terms of the areas that what is the implication? So when you come to we lost those implications, that's where you begin to stop at your own loss comes from. Right now, you're saying this. So how do you reconstruct? What are the implications of your findings? Thank you.
Sorry, can you hear the chair? Okay, she's coming on. Yeah, she put it on. Hello, Kinde, can you make it? The chair wants you to speak, please.
You are muted.
Yeah, but she's no, she's muted. Yeah. Hello, Kinde. Can you speak or okay? She
Okay. Can you hear me now, ma? Sir?
yes.
So I'll be speaking on the topic, Lagos, Nawa, I swear, struggle continues. So it is evidently clear and satisfying that Lagos is a home for both all and sundry. It is said to be a place of survival. But Lagos is a place of drama, and it is not for the faint-hearted. It is a land full of opportunities, and it has a place of harsh realities. So I said earlier that this study is done through qualitative narrative-based research, and it relies basically on participant observation and also ethnographic experience. So as I learned through my own experience, going to Lagos, there are many things I have come to realize. First, I have to keep my properties properly and never to look lost. As a newbie or JJC in Lagos, you don't have to appear like you're just coming, because the dwellers are going to take advantage of that. And as a new person in Lagos, you have to realize that nothing is free, down to description, because I once fell victim of that. I was asking for description for somebody, and at the end, he asked me for money. So as somebody new going to Lagos, that you are going there to struggle, you have to understand many things. So in the course of this study, the following are my findings. One, Lagos lives up to its reputation of energy, and it is actually far more chaotic than it is expected. You need to come with, you need to go there with a lot of, as you're actually going with expectation, but when you get to Lagos, you will eventually get more than what you have expected. Then number two, there is a place of culture shock. So example of culture shock has to do with housing condition, transportation, and expenses. Imagine someone coming from a place that you are renting an apartment for 140,000, and you get to Lagos and you are getting the exact space for over 100.
Can you speak louder, please?
Okay. Can you hear me properly now, Ma?
Yeah.
Okay. So I said another findings that I got from my study is the place of culture shock. So when I say culture shock, I mean housing condition, transportation, and other expenses. Imagine someone coming from a place like Ilesha, Osun State, that you are getting an apartment, a self-contained apartment for 140,000, and then you get to Lagos, you are getting the same space for about 500,000. So you have to go with that. I mean, I find that kind of absurd, but it is a reality we have to live in. And then number three, opportunity existence. Yes, in Lagos, there are many opportunities, though it is under intense competition, and it has to do with survival politics as well. Then we have mental strength. I find that mental strength is required. If you are not mentally stable and determined of what you want, you cannot survive in Lagos. So conclusion, Lagos is a city of duality. It is a dream and can actually be a nightmare. It is not just for the weak. It demands strength, speed, and strategy. While the expectation could be dismantled by the reality of what is most needed, which is resilience and a new understanding of your new environment. The struggle continues in Lagos, so does the hustle. So my recommendation, before going to Lagos, you have to do a proper research and have a solid preparation. That is, you have to be mentally prepared, financially prepared, and your emotions have to be has to be together, so that you don't get shattered in the journey of the struggle. Number two, I think there is need for support network and community platform. It should be encouraged for people that are just coming. Maybe there is a community that, okay, for this set of people, maybe a Yoruba community that allows people to maybe come to them for encouragement, advice, to seek support. Then number 3, government and NGOs should invest more in affordable housing, transport system, and youth training to reduce daily pressure on urban dwellers. I feel that there is more need to put people's sanity into concern. Maybe our government or NGOs can just maybe have an estate that has cheaper rates. Maybe that people can rent apartments at cheaper rates rather than expensive ones at located areas. Then number 4, orientation program for new migrants, especially young people, that will help reduce culture shock and exploitation.
Can you round up now, please?
All right, thank you very much, sir. So basically, this study is saying that there is need for any migrant that is going to Lagos to know that the struggle in Lagos is beyond what they are being told or what they were told. Rather, they should rather go with a bit of resilience to get what they want. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
All for participants, let me give you all to respond to the questions and make any other comment.
Thank you. To answer the question from the first talking about why those to go back to the topic again. My topic is saying the cooperative the world campaign over and the urban is a vibrant realities of Lagos and prosperity. Those places I mentioned as to the bigger places where things, migrants, neighborhood, this is like a where you have population of migrants because we see that's by places connected. That's what we was talking about. The economic loss for itself, though, is right yes, it will come first. But the idea, because the place where you make money is supposed to happen, and even in music and songs, they have that help. So because we currently meet a place where people make money, the same way we search for different hostel as Nigerians, that's how people use that's the reality. That's kind of thinking.
Thank you very much for the questions. Regarding the question, Dr. This, you talked about portraying friendship in the movie. However, my idea of right is the difference with the private surveillance in Lagos in relation to the movie. I get the fact that friendship was to popular or whatever. What causes chaos? That's also identified because that applies even after that. That's what you understand. It applies after most times they do bring back their process. So yes, thank you. My sister, why don't we talk about implications of the story? Which I want to speak about organization is fighting and globalization. And there is that. It shines lights on the dynamic between that grid and its practical. Like there's a connection between where people and around it. And our brother did ask a question that there was something to do. Why is that? Not struggling and is not thinking what with that. Like that, all that, so they're struggling. You know that governance, that parents or that parents are ready to tell. And on the hand, people for that place. And some of us from our don't have to break some life of that person. But in the sense, we're trying looking at what's happening on the paper things. And they put it, I told you, I think, that's the mindset of that person. I want the question that is there was action. If I get to it, I find yes. I find yes. If you want to take off, I got it. If I get everything to those things, it will be forced to plan too. If I don't get out, I did they place by the outfit. That's good for us. That's not how they want to make. It got feel. They were talking. People that they are sitting up in time. It's only beautiful. They go. Well, you said it. How do you feel? That's
It all depends on the perspective, right? If you are not proud and if you are not pleased, that's all. Which they have been to establish in their people. Memories have led like this. Yes. We have a structure. I establish how what we might have able to control between the right, the God and neighbors, and some the reality that's connected into the also take it back when Dr. Boris indicated of your private Lagos. I think some the some sort of recommendations but the struggle thank you very much for all the direct this you can go that also I think so that well I think now we're going to the thank you.